Can you remember the last time you truly enjoyed a moment of peace, undisturbed by the hustle and bustle of life? When was the last time you consciously stopped, allowing yourself to step back and reflect? Do you feel a peaceful connection to your inner self right now? Furthermore, do you find that you have more time to pursue your aspirations and desires? Reflecting on my own experiences, I often find myself longing for more hours in the day. The feeling of racing against time endlessly seems to last forever. Even now, that sentiment resurfaces from time to time. It's as if we're caught in a vicious cycle of trying to cram more tasks into increasingly limited time frames. Therefore, taking things slowly and taking advantage of moments of relaxation can be paradoxically wasteful, as if we are failing to maximize productivity. If this resonates with you, then today's discussion is tailored precisely for your consideration. I will share 7 practical tips for adopting the ethos of slow living, a philosophy that is suitable not only for those with less busy schedules, but also for anyone seeking a balanced and fulfilling life. More complete. Slow living doesn't mean performing tasks at a snail's pace. Rather, it is about doing them with a spirit of mindfulness and careful consideration, unencumbered by the constant rush to move on to the next item on our agenda. Through gradual changes in our daily habits, we can create profound change in the way we experience each moment. Whether you naturally thrive in the early morning hours or become more alive as the sun goes down, it's important to understand your body's energy patterns. Instead of focusing on being a morning or evening person, it's important to recognize when your energy ebbs and flows throughout the day, and then adjust your routine accordingly. For the early risers among us, enjoy the quiet of the morning. Consider setting your alarm a little earlier to enjoy a leisurely breakfast or enjoy a cup of coffee without rushing. And here's a tip. Don't dive into the digital realm for at least the first 45 minutes of your day. Allow yourself to comfortably enter the new day naturally. Conversely, if you notice your energy peaks in the evening, respect that tendency by tapering off your time. Create space to relax, perhaps by reading a good book or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply. As night approaches, try to separate yourself from screens for at least the last 45 minutes before bed. Of course, if you're someone who thrives in both mornings and evenings, why not get the best of both worlds? Start your day with a mindful morning routine and end it with a peaceful evening of relaxation. By being in tune with your body's natural rhythms, you can cultivate a more harmonious and fulfilling daily experience. As we begin the complex journey of simplifying and slowing down, we inevitably face the exhausting nature of conversations that lack depth and purpose. These are the exchanges that seem to sap our energy, leaving us feeling dissatisfied and depressed. It is as if we find ourselves in a desert of discourse, where every word uttered feels like a promising mirage but delivers only emptiness. In these moments, we are faced with a choice. Engage in the superficial conversation around us or recognize its inherent futility and disengagement. It's like realizing that we're in a vortex of conversation, where the more we struggle, the deeper we sink. There is a certain wisdom in admitting that not every conversation is worthy of our time and attention. Indeed, there are discussions of great value, discussions that help us understand others more deeply, find solutions to pressing problems, or allow us to express our thoughts and feelings. Your deepest feelings. These conversations are oases in the desert, bringing sustenance to our souls. However, amidst all the meaningless discourse, it is essential to distinguish when to walk away. It's a matter of self-protection, protecting our mental and emotional health. Instead of engaging in useless debates that lead nowhere, we can choose to invest our energy in goals that truly matter to us. Perhaps it is shifting our focus to personal growth, creative endeavors, or cultivating relationships that bring true joy and fulfillment. Or maybe simply find solace in solitude, where the noise of the world fades away and we can reconnect with ourselves on a deeper level. Crossing the void of meaningless conversation requires a clear awareness of where we choose to direct our energy. By proactively choosing quality over quantity in our interactions, we can cultivate a richer and more purposeful life, a life where every conversation is aimed at enhancing our spirituality. Spiritual and inspiring, instead of draining and draining. In the realm of slow living, it's important to recognize activities that take up more time than they actually warrant. By identifying these time-consuming efforts, we open up the opportunity to allocate our precious time elsewhere, whether that's dedicating ourselves to a single task or approaching tasks with great mindfulness and intention. While striving for excellence is commendable, there is wisdom in recognizing when perfectionism becomes an obstacle rather than a virtue. This is where the Pareto principle, or 80-20 rule, proves invaluable. This principle suggests that we can achieve 80% of our desired results with just 20% of our effort, be it time or energy. So instead of endlessly pursuing perfection, we can liberate ourselves by aiming for adequacy. By accepting that reaching 80% is enough in many cases, we free up significant reserves of time and energy that would otherwise be wasted in pursuit of an elusive ideal. Indeed, perfectionism can be a double-edged sword, often consuming more resources than it brings in. By embracing the good enough can be great perspective, we not only organize our lives but also foster a healthier and more sustainable approach to productivity and fulfillment. To gain more insight into simplifying your daily life, I encourage you to explore our video on minimalist tips, where we dive deeper into the principles of productive living and mindfulness. By integrating these concepts into our daily habits, we empower ourselves to thrive in a world that often demands perfection but is realistic and balanced. If you frequently feel the relentless pressure of time constraints, it's time to reassess your planning strategies. Take a moment to evaluate how effectively you're managing your time and whether you possess the knack for accurately estimating the duration of tasks and activities. Personally, I've come to acknowledge that meticulous planning isn't always my forte. Consequently, I often find myself overburdened with a packed schedule. Surprisingly, however, I've discovered that this tendency to overschedule can yield unexpectedly positive outcomes. Rather than succumbing to the frenzy of racing against the clock, I've found a certain practicality in maximizing my schedule. By strategically packing my day, I create a sense of urgency that propels me forward without inducing undue stress. For those who resonate with this struggle, I urge you to experiment with this approach. Allocate specific blocks of time throughout your day to immerse yourself fully in tasks, allowing yourself to become immersed in the flow of productivity. By adopting this strategy, you may find that you accomplish more than you ever thought possible, all while maintaining a sense of calm and control. Of course, diving headfirst into intensive planning may seem daunting, especially if it's a departure from your usual routine. However, I encourage you to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to adapt. Start by incorporating this technique into your schedule gradually, perhaps dedicating a few trial runs each day to gauge its effectiveness. Consider incorporating daily self-care into your routine, even if just for a brief moment. Pause and take just 5 minutes to meet your own needs. Whether you're sitting or standing, take some time to move your body, perhaps by walking a few steps around you. Open your arms wide, embracing your entire reach, and enjoy a deep, invigorating yawn. Additionally, treat yourself to a moment of physical rejuvenation with a quick foot or neck massage. These simple acts of self-soothing can work wonders in reducing stress and promoting relaxation. Another invaluable practice for slowing down is to consciously regulate your breathing. Take a minute to focus on your breathing, inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Repeat this cycle 3 times, allowing each breath to bring a feeling of calm and clarity. This seemingly small wellness habit can have profound benefits for your overall health and vitality. By prioritizing moments of personal attention, you cultivate a deeper connection with yourself and foster a greater sense of balance and harmony in your daily life. So why don't you take 1 minute every day to invest in your own happiness? The benefits it brings in terms of improved health and well-being are well worth the investment. Instead of succumbing to the lure of television or endlessly scrolling through your phone, consider allocating an hour a day to a hobby or activity that brings you true joy and relaxation. Whether it's immersing yourself in the pages of a captivating book or engaging in a creative pursuit, such as painting or gardening, prioritizing hobbies over screen time can bring significant vitality. This intentional shift not only provides a welcome respite from the digital distractions that permeate our daily lives, but also promotes a deeper sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Unlike mindlessly staring at a screen, engaging in a hobby allows us to tap into our creativity, immerse ourselves in the present moment, and reconnect with real things important to us. Furthermore, the benefits of pursuing a hobby go beyond mere entertainment. By making time for activities that bring joy, we foster a greater sense of self-awareness and emotional well-being. Whether it's the satisfaction of mastering a new skill or the sheer joy of enjoying a favorite pastime, hobbies provide a meaningful outlet for self-expression and self-care. So the next time you find yourself reaching for your phone or remote control, consider redirecting your attention to a hobby instead. Whether it's playing a musical instrument, baking, or simply taking a leisurely walk in nature, prioritize activities that nourish your soul and ignite your passions. After all, life is too precious to be spent in front of a screen. Embrace the richness of the world around you and enjoy the joy that comes from pursuing your passion. In the whirlwind of daily life, slowing down can be a difficult task when our minds are racing at breakneck speed. If you find yourself struggling with a rush of thoughts, there are techniques you can use to calm the mental turmoil and regain a sense of peace. One effective strategy is to harness the power of text. By putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, you force your thoughts to slow down to a manageable pace. When you present your thoughts in written form, you create a tangible anchor that forces your mind to pause and organize its chaotic flow. In doing so, you will not only gain clarity and perspective, but also provide yourself with the means to release pent-up mental energy. The act of writing can act as a form of catharsis, allowing you to turn outward and release intrusive thoughts that may be affecting your consciousness. By putting your thoughts on paper, you free up mental space and reduce the burden of endless rumination. Also, consider incorporating meditation into your daily routine. Through mindfulness practices, such as focused breathing or body scanning, you can cultivate a sense of inner calm and detachment from the constant chatter of your mind. By training your attention to stay rooted in the present moment, you can gradually quiet the incessant noise of racing thoughts and find freedom from overwhelm. Mentally overwhelmed. Whether through writing or meditation, the key lies in cultivating a gentle and compassionate approach to your inner dialogue. By acknowledging and accepting the temporary nature of thoughts, you can gradually learn to navigate the maze of your mind with more ease and grace. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by the speed of your thinking, remember that there are tools to help you find stillness amidst the chaos. We highly value your input and welcome any questions or comments you may have. Whether you're seeking clarification on a particular topic or wish to share your insights with us, we encourage you to engage with us by leaving a comment below. Your contributions are integral to fostering a vibrant and interactive community, and we appreciate your active participation in our discussions. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and support each other on our journey towards a more fulfilling and mindful life. Thank you for joining us in this enriching exchange of ideas and experiences. We look forward to hearing from you and continuing this journey together.